So family, with that being said, we're gonna get started. Um, what we're doing is unique. I want me and Bada to, instead of having a host, we're gonna interview each other because I think it's real dope that it was me and Bada and my brother Smitty. It was us the majority of the album, the making of the album. Me, you, and Smitty. The majority of the time it was me, you, and 7-8. 7-8. 7-8, right? I don't. Yeah. Um, it was us in that basement the majority of the time. So nobody can ask a question like Bada can ask me a question and vice versa. Nobody can ask Bada a question like I can ask him a question. So we gonna before we play each track, me and Bada is just gonna give our perspective on what went through with making that track. What was the making? What was the thought process in the making that track? And this is not only to inspire music artists, it's to inspire creators. And what did Rich just say? What did Black Magic just say? What did Father Rich just say? We're all creative. We're all not good at something. We're good at something. So this shit is gonna inspire everybody. I don't give a fuck what you do. If you're on welfare, you get food stamps. Whatever you do, you great at something. This is gonna inspire you. Respect this creativity, respect this inspiration, and support somehow, some way. You're supporting by just watching. So let me start out by thanking you that. Give the people watching a hand, family. Yeah. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Let me start out by saying that you can purchase this album, an exclusive. We're gonna get into this USB album in a second on blackmagicmusic.com. The link in the description, Roselle?
Yes, it is.
We got the link in the description. Make sure you purchase it. Black Magic Music. We're taking ownership of our music. It will eventually be on iTunes, Tidal, Spotify. Spotify rapes you the most. Woo! They reviews gasoline.
Because they know
they cold. Spotify's cold blooded.
Yeah,
they cold blooded with how they rate you. So I think Tidal's the best. They're a little more gentler or whatever you say. But y'all get what I'm saying. I'm making a joke out of it. But we're taking control over our music and what we create. But at the same time, we want to share with these platforms. We respect these platforms to a certain degree to what they're doing and delivering music to the masses. So we're going to do both simultaneously, and that's what it's about. Be a part of YouTube, be a part of Instagram, but still have your own shit. You know what I'm saying? Still have your own website, but your people's on Instagram, so participate in Instagram, but still have your own shit. So if Instagram decides to censor you, YouTube decided to censor me, you have your own ish. You know what I'm saying? So let me cut this off right now.
That kind of came at first. As soon as you said it should rain.
I gotta answer this one live. I'm live right now. Oh, Sean, you gotta. Where you at? I try to be like polite because that's like my best friend. But
you didn't give him much of a chance.
Yeah, I didn't give him much of a chance. I just seen Drink Champs with Nas.
Yeah.
Anybody seen that?
Yeah, we watched that.
Inspiration, Drink Champs with Nas. Shout out to Nori for all the rappers are becoming podcasters. I want to be the podcast that becomes a music producer. You know what I'm saying? But Bada, to start out with, let me start out by asking you this before we get into track one. This whole Holy Ghost 2, what is this about in your eyes? We did Holy Ghost 1, it was the EP. This time we got 12 tracks. What was when you went into this thought process, what was this about to Cambatta?
For me, it's really about the challenge. I remember the first time we did Holy Ghost. It was, I think we had 3 weeks to complete it. Maybe less. Yeah. So you have to literally tap into the Holy Ghost to get this done.
Definitely.
You can't. There's no relying on schedule or planning. You got to tap into the same thing you tap into when your report's late in school and you got 7 hours before you get up and you got to write that last report. We operate on only that force to make these things happen. He literally sets the date in a divine nature, and he carries through with the thought process. And he literally, when we went into this, he was like, "Yo, this is gonna be the greatest project of all time." And I'm like, "Yo, I believe you." But then in the back of my head, I'm like, "Yo, I still have to write and record this project." You know what I mean? Like, it's from the beat, because the first thing that happens is the beat. So you can kind of tell that a song is gonna be great by the beat. but a rapper could really F it up, pretty bad, you know what I mean? So it's like, it was a lot of pressure, and for me, literally the namesake of the album is what this meant for me. This is me tapping into something beyond my nature, something beyond health and well-being. Mm-hmm. This is that extra zone. This is the zone you get when you're not sleeping, when you're just kind of holding on to that thread, that cosmic thread. That's what this is essentially.
Indeed.
So that's what it is. It's challenge. This is getting me ready.
Indeed. For myself, Cambatta, I went into this album. Let me start by saying, when I used to hear DJ Khaled talk about his son so much, I thought he was exaggerating, to a certain degree. I didn't have a child at the time. And once my son was born last year, October 2nd, he's a Libra. And, I kind of understood DJ Khaled a little more, because when I had my son, I knew that, it was game time, and I knew that it was time for me to pursue things that I was scared of pursuing. So, like my shirt, if you see my shirt, I wore the shirt purposely. I wore the tiger. My son reminds me of a little lion tiger because he's like golden and he got like an afro, so he's like little Simba. But my shirt say fearless. But the truth of the matter is, I experience fear whenever I attempt to go outside my comfort zone. But the thing we have to understand about life is all the success is outside of your comfort zone. So my son taught me to go outside my comfort zone and face my fears. So it's not about being fearless to me, even though my shirt says this, is about facing your fears. And your fears are all of them outside your comfort zone. If you're a millionaire, your fear might be being a billionaire. It's not that you poor, like, if I'm a billionaire, my fear might be being a trillionaire. I might say, nobody's achieved that. Everybody's, the peak of humanity is billionaire status. So my fear might be becoming a trillionaire. But what my son taught me is to face my fears, and in my mind I thought that music was something that was in the past, and I needed to move on and do something else. But it was something that kept stalking me and haunting me in my mind, emotionally, mentally, and and I just had to confront it, and I have to pursue something that's been there this whole time. If anybody knows me since I was young, I've been doing music since I was young. I played the piano. I do all types of music, R&B, pop, hip hop, trap, all types of music. And when I heard you on Scorpion King with Red Pill, that's like such a classic album. Red Pill kept bragging about you. And I was like, yo, I gotta work with Cambatta. So we worked the Holy Ghost one, and then with this one, I was just like, yo, we gotta do this. We did an EP with Holy Ghost one.
Yeah,
five, six. But this one, I was like, we need to show the world. We need to really show the world what we about with a full-length album. So that was my whole mindset, my perspective. I had my son in mind. I had facing my fears in mind, and I just had making history in mind. You know what I'm saying? So, that's that with that.
So, like, I think I went back in the email today. I think the first email I got with the first beat was Riot. And I think I got that in, I want to say, April?
I'm not sure. I
think it was April. I think I handed in the first song in May.
You know what it is? I sent you Riot and Boss Talk around this. And these are songs that's on the album family, so you're going to understand what we're talking about. And we renamed them, but we're going to explain all that. But the actual first song, our first session with me and Cambatta is strange. It's funny, family. It's not funny. It's just what's meant to be. Our first session was Shaka Zulu.
Yeah.
We did that in December. People think I'll be making shit up. We did Shaka Zulu on the anniversary of my mother's death, December 28th. I got the voice note.
I didn't even
know
that.
If Razel could zoom in, I will show you. The voice note, I know they can't hear me, but they're still going to feel the energy.
I didn't even know that, dude. That's crazy.
December 28th. This is the voice note of Shaka Zulu.
It's me freestyling, drunk in his baby.
Drunk. We had a $50 bottle of tequila.
That's the whole nugget. Fucked up. But it came out.
Someone's using my body, bro. Yeah, that's crazy.
This was on December 28th of last year. This is when we created it.
Wow.
I don't even remember that. It's like this.
You know what I'm saying? I said, how would you go into the verse, Bada? And this is what Bada says. When I say, how would you go into the verse? This is what he says. Listen to what he said. This is live.
Well, it didn't sound like me. It sounded like
So, alright, I wanted to play all that because this is like such a raw, organic experience that I want to give to people.
Yeah.
And this was like the actual, when we created it, when we created this concept, when this concept was birthed. And I was like, go into the verse, brother. He was like, I feel like da 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 da. But I say my voice notes because I know